Hi chat and welcome. This stream started off with a prediction of which outfit Soki will be in. To then, when she appeared in her white outfit to be tubified immediately. Now she has all the gremlin energy to start the stream off with.
Hi, are you happy now? Chat? Everything's fine.
A few moments later.
Everything's on fire. Ah! Hold on. Give me uno momento, chat, and then we will get into this. Because, like I said, I was rather tired earlier, and, was not prepared.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, most of you probably know I'm a Titanic nerd. So I decided, because I kind of wanted to do a video on this forever ago. I just haven't done it yet. Is about the OceanGate Submersible that went down to Titanic, and well, we all know what happened to that, probably. If you don't, you're about to find out. Let us turn down the lights and get spooky, shall we? So, this is the OceanGate disaster, a deep dive into the Titan implosion. So, sorry, title gave it away. If you didn't know what happened to it, now you do. Hashtag spoiler. Yeah, spoiler alert. If you didn't know, I kind of just gave it away. Sorry. The deep ocean is not empty. It is a place of crushing pressure, total darkness, and absolute indifference to human life. In June of 2023, 5 people willingly entered that environment inside a vessel called Titan, a privately built submersible designed to take tourists to the wreck of the Titanic. They never returned. What happened to the Titan submersible is not a mystery. It was not bad luck, and it was not unavoidable. This is the full story, from design decisions and ignored warnings to the exact moment the ocean reclaimed the vessel. So obviously you guys know that the CEO was Stockton Rush, and he believed in innovation. He was more into, I think he went to school for space stuff, but ended up working on ocean otherwise. But his wife, her great-grandparents were Ida and Isidore Strauss, who died on the Titanic. So that's a little crazy, but also I guess makes sense as to why he was kind of in the business he was in. OceanGate Expeditions was founded with a bold goal: to make deep-sea exploration cheaper, faster, and more accessible. Its CEO, Stockton Rush, believed that traditional submersible the traditional submersible design was outdated. I'm good at words. We all know this. It's great. He openly criticized the deep-sea industry for being overly cautious and slowed by regulation. This guy is interesting, to say the least. Instead of using tried and true materials like steel or titanium, OceanGate chose carbon fiber, a material common in aerospace but rarely used for deep-sea pressure hulls. Rush described Titan as experimental, cutting edge, and revolutionary. But as the experts... Sorry, that's not what that says. I'm good at words. We all know this. It's great. But many experts saw something else. They saw risk. Carbon fiber is incredibly strong under the right conditions. It performs well under tension. It's lightweight, and it is excellent for aircraft and racing vehicles. But deep-sea pressure is different. At the depth of Titanic, nearly 3,800 meters, the pressure exceeds 6,000 pounds per square inch. That pressure is not applied once. It is applied again and again every time the vessel dives. Carbon fiber does not bend like metal. Instead, it fatigues. Tiny internal fractures form. I'm good at words. We all know this. It's great. They cannot be easily detected, and they compound with every dive. Multiple engineers warned OceanGate that repeated deep dives could cause catastrophic failure. Those warnings were ignored. It makes me I don't understand how you can be warned by professionals and still be like, nah, my innovation's better, bro. What? This whole thing, I remember learning about this and being like, dude, if I had $250,000, my ass would have been on that. I'd be dead. But if it meant I got to go see Titanic, I'd fucking do it. However, after actually looking at what the waiver says and stuff, I probably actually would have gotten there and been like, fuck that shit. But I do think it'd be cool to visit the Titanic, especially because it's been underwater for 100 and some years, and eventually it's gonna be completely gone, and that'll suck. So it'd be cool to see how it looks now. And I know that I think it was Magellan did a 3D scan of it and made a big 3D print-ish thing of it. And I just think it'd be cool, but I'm a little bit obsessed. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that my grandfather was in the Navy or what, because apparently he was also obsessed with the Titanic. He was really interested in it as well, so good to know it's not just me in my family. It sucks I didn't know that until after he passed away, because we would have had so many conversations. It would have been great, but So as early as 2018, OceanGate employees raised serious concerns. One former director of marine operations stated plainly that the Titan was not safe for commercial dives. An industry group of submersible experts even sent OceanGate a formal letter urging them to stop testing Titan with passengers until it was properly certified. Fun fact, you guys, this thing was never certified in American waters. Or Canadian waters, where it is. Fun fact. Stockton Rush rejected outside certification entirely. He believed regulations stifled innovation. Oi. He reported that at some point, safety is just pure waste. Literally had no regard for safety of anyone, including himself. OceanGate continued diving. On June 18th of 2023, the Titan launched from its support ship, the Polar Prince. On board were 5 people. Stockton Rush, CEO and pilot. Paul-Henri Nargeolet, one of the world's most experienced Titanic explorers. Hamish Harding, a billionaire adventurer. Shahzada Dawood and his 19-year-old son, Suleiman. They began their descent at roughly 9:30 a.m. local time. And for the first part of the dive, communication was normal. Then approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes in, contact was lost. No emergency signal sent, no ascent was detected. The Titan simply vanished. I don't understand why someone like P.H. Nargeolet would get on this thing. Because if he's as experienced as they say he is, and I'm not saying that he wasn't, because he's got pictures and he was called Mr. Titanic because he was he had explored it so many times. He had been down there so many times. I think the only person that beats him for being down to the Titanic was James Cameron. So, I also find that interesting. Okay. So I can't find the exact thing, but they went down at about 9:30 a.m. local time. And the submersible and the ship traded messages, text messages. And for 40 minutes and everything was fine. And then right before 10 a.m., the ship, the Polar Prince, repeatedly was asking the Titan if the submersible could see the ship on its display, to no answer, leading to more urgent messages. Then after about 15 minutes, the Titan responded, acknowledging that it had communication, and the Polar Prince said, "I need better comms from you," which the Titan answered yes, and they lost system and chat settings. And then at 10:47 a.m., at a depth so they were almost there too. At a depth of about 3,350 meters and a pressure of 4,900 pounds per square inch, the Titan messaged saying they had dropped 2 weights, referring to their weights, and then contact was lost immediately. That's probably when that happened, but I still think that it's crazy that he got it certified in, I want to say it was Jamaica waters, maybe? Oh, okay, never mind. I lied. It wasn't at all. Damn. Okay, I thought he was certified in like waters that were outside of America and Canada, but I guess not. Well, there you go. You guys learned something. This whole thing is crazy. Like, this whole thing is crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so this is what it looked like when they found it and brought it out of the water. I remember being like at work, hearing about this and like being like, oh, like they only have 48 hours of air left. Like, how is that gonna work? How are they gonna get to it and get them out? Because they were all stuck in there. It's not like they could open it. It was bolted from the outside. So not only would they have had to, if that was actually the case, not only would they have had to get it out of the water, but they'd have to get at least the front part here out of the water enough that they could get them out. See, so this is the thing. I told you guys that I would have been down if once I learned more about it, I would not have been down. I think it'd be cool to see the Titanic. However, I think that this was stupid. Like, this whole thing was stupid. So, yeah. This whole thing is absolutely crazy. Like, even seeing this, like, yikes. Obviously, as the news spread, global attention locked onto one terrifying idea. That the crew might still be alive, trapped, and slowly running out of oxygen. A 96-hour countdown dominated headlines. And I remember this. Like I said, I was at work and I was hearing about this and I was like, holy crap. My first thought was, why would you tempt going down to the Titanic in something that is not certified, that is not using the normal things you would use in the ocean for diving that depth? The fuck you doing, sir? That was my first thought, honestly. And no, a lot of people weren't surprised because he used carbon fiber. Like, carbon fiber is not meant for that. It's strong under the right conditions, but these were not the right conditions for it. But he was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Innovation. There's nothing wrong with being innovative. I just want to put that out there. There's nothing wrong with new ideas, being innovative, trying new things. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you literally took out 4 other people with you in the name of innovation, that's where it's like, okay, really? And their real-time monitoring went off too late. They tried to ascend, and there's always something wrong with it too. Like, I don't know how many times I heard there was a YouTuber that was gonna go on it and he never actually got to go and dive because they were gonna do it, but the weather was too bad, so they couldn't. And I don't know how many stories I heard about the people that paid all this money to go on this and never got to actually dive. I mean, it's a good thing, but never got to actually dive because the weather was too bad. But it's why I wanted to like make a video on it and talk to you guys about it, because I don't understand how someone can literally be like, oh yeah, it's unsafe to get out of bed in the morning, but everyone still does it anyway. And it's like, yeah, okay, I could be walking in my car and get hit by a bus and die. You're right. But also, the fuck? Essentially, from what I understand, is because it had been on a few dives before this one and had made it, like it had been to the Titanic, they had seen it. They had videos of the Titanic like on their website and everything. So they had been down there before with Titan. But because of that, it was already degraded and he didn't get it rewrapped in carbon fiber or refresh it or whatever it would be called, whatever you do with carbon fiber. So it was already degraded. And it's literally exactly what they were warned about. And he said, nah, fuck you, I'm invading. Like, bro. Bro. I remember, like, literally my first thought was, why are you tempting fate going down to the Titanic? Later, I was like, hey, that'd be cool because I'm a nerd. But would I actually do it if I actually got there? Not that I have $250,000 to just throw at Stockton Rush. But, like, if I did, would I actually get on that thing? Probably the fuck not. After reading that waiver, dear God, I'd be like, hey, give me my money back. I'm good. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, behind the scenes, something else had already happened. Something far worse. On the same day contact was lost, the U.S. Navy detected an acoustic anomaly in the North Atlantic. A sharp, unmistakable signal, consistent with a deep-sea implosion. At the time, the Navy did not make this public. Hope remained. Search vessels continued scanning the ocean floor. Wait. Hold on. I remember hearing about them picking it up. But did they know? And they just waited the 96 hours? Wait. What? Hold on. I don't remember that. Holy shit. Yeah, because they heard it. Like, I've seen videos of them in the ship. Like Wendy, like Stockton's wife, in the ship. And they heard it. And they're like, what was that? And it was, like, not long after they lost communication. Because they lost communication and then it happened. I'm pretty sure is how that worked anyway. Because I think they were trying to come back up. And it was just too worn down. On June 22nd, a remotely operated vehicle located the debris roughly 500 meters from the Titanic wreck. The debris included pieces of the pressure hull, structural components. I'm good at words. And the submersible's landing frame. The debris was scattered and not intact. This confirmed what experts feared. The Titan had imploded. As we see right here, this shit is nuts, dude. I don't think I've actually ever seen it like this. Like, what is this? Is this the screen? I mean, I've seen it in pieces like this when they brought it out of the water, but I've never seen it like this. Because this is the back end of it, if I'm correct. Like, this is the... whatever the outside part of it was made of, like the back fin, like this part. That's hull layering. Okay. I don't know these things. I'm not a deep sea girl. So an implosion at that depth is not dramatic. There is no fireball, no explosion sound, no struggle. The pressure difference between the inside and outside of the hole is extreme. When failure occurs, the ocean rushes inward faster than the human nervous system can react. Experts estimate the implosion occurred in less than 20 milliseconds. I don't know which one's correct. It doesn't matter. It was fast. That's all I care. It was fast. Real fast. For comparison, a human blink takes about 300 milliseconds. There was no awareness, no pain, no fear. The Titan collapsed into itself instantly. Yeah, like your nervous system can't even, like, and the fact that I just blinked and that took 300 milliseconds? Pardon? What? This was not a random failure. It was a result of ignoring material science, rejecting third-party certification, disregarding repeated expert warnings, using a carbon fiber hull beyond its safe lifespan, and every successful dive weakened the structure. Like I said earlier when we were talking about carbon fiber, crazy, absolutely crazy. It was statistically inevitable. The final dive was not unlucky. Literally, if he had listened, this wouldn't have happened. But he was like, I'm innovation man. The OceanGate disaster changed how the world views private exploration. I'm good at words. We all know this. It's great. Sorry, I can words, I swear. It raised serious questions. Should extreme tourism exist? I didn't even know it existed. I'm not even gonna lie. Should it exist? I feel like it depends. If it's extreme but safe, sure. But I didn't know that it was a real, like, I didn't know that was a thing. Can innovation justify bypassing safety standards? Absolutely fucking not. Safety should always come first in everything. That is my opinion. I could be right, I could be wrong, but that is my opinion. If something is not safe, safety should be first. And who is responsible when ambition overrides caution? The Titanic wreck has remained unchanged for over a century. The ocean around it has not. It is still hostile, still unforgiving, and still absolute. The deep sea does not negotiate. It does not care about confidence, money, or vision. It only responds to physics. And physics never compromises. The Titan did not fail because the ocean was cruel. It failed because it was underestimated. I'm glad you guys enjoy my little opening of urban legend deep dives. It's kind of fun. Even though the first two we've ever done were not urban legends and they were real things that happened. But hey, that's fine, right? Tokenies, it's happening.